Can y'all believe it's 4th of July in a couple of days? 4th of July this weekend. Don't feel like it, does it? With all that, America's turning 250 and you don't know, but all this fiasco going up in D.C., the empty, nobody showing up for that big 250 celebration of Trump or whatever. It just seems weird, don't it? Don't feel like 4th of July. But anyhow, good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing okay today. It is 7:02 as I sat out here in my little backyard this morning in East Point, Georgia. The one and only Eddie William Sellers coming to you. Sitting out here having my coffee, getting my day started. It's just going to be scorching hot today and the next few days. But happy 4th of July, everybody. Although it really doesn't feel like the 4th of July with all the slime and the chaos of D.C. fluttering all out there. Constant daily. Yeah, anyhow, enough of that already. Let's do the morning post this morning, y'all. Let's see what we say in here. You get a little more used to waking up with a stiff body at 70, especially if you pick up a toilet the evening before at Heather's house to replace the toilet seal. Afterwards, Eliana blocked the door and said, "Pawpaw, I am not going to let you leave. You have to spend the night." "Please," she said. The whole time, she was down on the floor with me in the bathroom, trying to supervise how to take the toilet up. I think the 5 days that we shared in a room at Panama City Beach last week, for the first time, she got the full pawpaw treatment. She got to be the center of the full pawpaw treatment. And how magical it is for a 70-year-old pawpaw to give most of his attention to a little 4-year-old girl. Savannah and Chance were in other rooms, teenagers, off in their teenage world. Eliana had taken over a new place in her life, being Pawpaw's little girl. She stood blocking the door, begging, "Pawpaw, please spend the night." I said, "I can't." Well, I could. I like being in my own bed. I said, "I can't." She said, "How about if you come?" And I told her, how you negotiate with little girls, little kids. I said, "How about if I come back over tomorrow and me and you go get a hamburger? Maybe go to McDonald's." She said, "Well, will you at least stay until it gets dark?" I said, "Okay," because it was already kind of getting dark. I find it strange how people come into our lives and go out of our lives over our lifetime. If you're like me, you've probably known a lot of people in your life, and you probably have had a lot of people to come and go in your life. And but I do find it strange. Does God send people in our life? And by the same token, was it God that moved them on down the road out of your life? Maybe. I think more than anything, it's probably just life in general. Life is always swirling, always moving. I had never witnessed a little 4-year-old riding for 6 hours, strapped into a car seat, going down there and coming back, and being so calm and so patient and so well behaved. It was just, she was kind of amazing. So the 5 nights we shared in a room in Panama City Beach, for a 4-year-old little girl, she was so nurturing. She'd ask me sometimes, she's like, "Pawpaw, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, baby, I'm fine." Like she was concerned about me and her being 4 years old. I see life differently at this age. I'm aware of how powerful a presence I am. Years of being rough around the edges, years of ups and downs, the things I've went through, the things I've walked through, the things I've faced, it all settles in around this age where, yeah, it's a place that we occupy of wisdom and knowledge and honor. I understand the power of words more at this age, the power of being present, the power of making a little girl's eyes light up when you walk into a room, or for that teenage grandchild to scan the auditorium at a school event, and when they finally see you sitting there, what that actually does for them. You know, at this age, you no longer have, or at least I don't, my nose is running a little bit, y'all. At this age, you no longer have that people coming in your life and going out of your life. It all has stabilized, you know, at this age. And the people that we have in our lives, we have chosen. They hold a special place to be around us in our presence, for us to give of our time to them. And most of them don't take that lightly, you know. And it's not based upon blood. It's not based upon kinfolks. It's based upon love. You know. You know what keeps me young? Sharing a room with a 4-year-old little girl for 5 days in Panama City Beach. You know what keeps me young? Being married to Ava. You know what keeps me young? Getting absolutely outraged at the politics of our time. Because I'm still alive and I still love our country. You know what also keeps me young? Is I put on earpods and I listen to music and I get just as much drawn into the depths of music as I did as a 17-year-old boy. Yeah, the magic. There's still magic around me, y'all. I think I saw Eliana while we were down there. I think I really saw her, that little girl, that's whatever that is, that's going to be her life. I think I got where she's coming from. I am glad that she has Heather, my daughter. You know, the spiritual side of me that's always swirling around, the spiritual side of me kind of looks at things different than the human man side of me. And the spiritual side of me thinks that maybe Heather was born for this reason, for this purpose. This was why maybe she came here to this place. And to go through all that she's gone through and survived and overcome. Just to be here for a little girl that needed someone who had been through it. Had made it through the ups and downs. And maybe this was her purpose. Well, you know, everybody, what's my purpose? Well, who knows? But if that was the purpose, it was a worthwhile adventure to make this journey to Earth, to be here for a little girl that needed somebody to not only fight for her and protect her, but to love her deeply and to make her feel like she's the most special little girl in the world. All right, Eddie, you're running long now. Good Thursday morning, everybody. Happy 4th of July. Yeah, the country's in a mess. The country's... I can't get over the fact that it just out of the blue, it hit me the other day that the country's turning 250 years old, and I'm almost a third of that. At 70, I'm not far from being a third as old as the country. I don't know, that blows my mind. I'm as old as the United States of America. Good Lord. A third old. Joy comes to me in different ways at this age in life. The joy of Eliana is my strength. You know, the picture over on my Facebook page. Road tripping with a little girl to Panama City Beach, Florida in the year of our Lord 2026. Eliana and Pawpaw stopping and getting yoo-hoos and candy bars along the way. Yeah, love y'all. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Yeah, it's getting here, isn't it? Love y'all.